Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos, and today we're going to discuss why audience overlap is a myth and you should not care about it. First of all, I would like to take you to some of my live ad accounts and show you that you should not be afraid of that, but before that, let's talk a little bit about theory. So, a lot of times people tend to say, when I show them the crazy method, that hey, this is going to be a competition. If you don't know the crazy method, basically we are just doing the same ad set several times, because in this channel we believe that if you're targeting 20 million people, you will never be able to reach them with one ad set. And the formation of hot pockets and stuff, you can go check my videos that are all about that. Now, when people see that and they understand my crazy method and they are influenced by Facebook meta reps or other idiots on the YouTube channels that they just don't have their own opinion and they just follow whatever Facebook says, okay, I said it, they are saying that you're going to compete with yourself and it's not okay, people are going to be bored of watching the same ad, you're going to spam people and all of that. First of all, in our lives we have television, okay? In television, don't you see the same advertisement a lot of times? Is it working? Yes, undeniably. It's working. Now, you might say, we're not like Coca-Cola, we are like another brand. These are just assumptions that you make because you know what you're doing. For example, there are people that they say, why are you going to do dropshipping? I'm against dropshipping, but it doesn't matter, it's just an example. Why are you going to do dropshipping? There are people that they can go and they can buy the product immediately in AliExpress. Well, no, it doesn't mean that because you have this knowledge, the other people, they have this knowledge. The fact, for example, that you are doing this, it doesn't mean that because you have the knowledge of overlapping audiences, that people are going to understand that you're doing that and they are going to be angry with you. So just go away from this paradox of thinking that the other people, they have your own knowledge, and just try to see them as customers, okay, and as consumers. Secondly, we have television, as I said, which is doing this every day. It's spamming the same video, the same advertisement every 20 minutes. It's the same in most brands and stuff. Third thing, when you are having results like return on ad spend working and giving you better results and you are scaling and stuff, it's undeniable that it's not an issue, okay? And you cannot talk about cannibalization and stuff because you just don't understand how big are the numbers that you can achieve within the e-commerce business. So the audience overlap and whatever you might hear about it, that you should not compete with yourself and all of that, it's total BS. And it's because Facebook wants you to go and do just one ad set and do nothing else. It's better for them. Now, you might tell me, then Advantage Plus is working. Why is it working if consolidation is not working? I'm not saying that consolidation is not working in Advantage Plus. I'm just saying that if you think of it, they have also another campaign, which is a tailored campaign, which is having just one ad set with one ad, which is not doing at all well. And they're having Advantage Plus, which you can put up to 150 creatives. And guess what is happening there? Different hot pockets are being created in the same audience, but over there you can say, okay, we have a different creative, so it doesn't matter. Well, when you're doing dynamic creative ads, you're also having different combinations of creatives, even if you're having the same ad set over there with a crazy method. With all that being said, let's go into my computer. Let me show you ad accounts that I'm running the crazy method, the results that they're having, and then you can decide if you want to do it or not. And if you want to just listen to audience overlap without testing it and without caring about the ROAS and just caring about theory of overlap, theory of spamming your clients, theory of this and that and that. So, in order for me to convince you about not being afraid of audience overlap and stuff, I will let you know, I will tell you a little bit of context about how I came up with the crazy method. Okay, I was using it before that test, but still this was a turning point because I said, yeah, Konstantinos, you are right, okay? And I could prove it because in this ad account, if you see over here, Facebook gave us to spend 1.7 million. I have one video about that. It's because they were doing in the previous year some testing about the shop ads and the website. Remember, we were using website and shop and they had the option of going also to the shop. So they gave us 1.7. The rules were simple. You're just going to do just one ad set, which is going to be broad, okay? You can do nothing about it, okay? And you're using only women 18 to 65, and the potential is here, guys, it's 140 million. Look what happened. If we come here, because Facebook proposes that you should spend all of your money in one ad set, and you don't have to do other ads. Well, let me prove to you that this is not the case, because over here we can see that, remember, 140 million people is the potential reach. Either they are lying about the accounts that they have, or something is wrong. Over here we can see frequency 8.56 in a cold traffic ad. 8.56. We don't even we get in our catalog retargeting here 10.88 in the maximum. Okay, and it's a very small spending also. Over here, reach 19 million people. Imagine that this is between months. The unique reach, it's always monthly. So I'm guessing that it's even less than 19 million people. Those that they understand metrics, they will understand exactly what I'm talking about. We have cost and stuff, we have content views and stuff. So we reached out of the 140 million people, 19 million people. Is this fair? Is this okay? If you're spending 1.7 million in just one ad, is it okay? So what if we were getting good results over here? Well, if we were getting good results over here, let me remove this stupid campaign from here. What we could do is that we could start doing now some campaigns. Let me sort them out. We can start doing, let's say that you have an audience which is working. You can start doing the crazy method. Before I go to that, there are two different ways of scaling. Either you can go with different creatives. Let's say that you do creatives. Even if you do broad targeting, over there you are penetrating the market from different niches. It's totally fine. You can do that if you have the capacity and if you have creators and stuff and you have UGC and you have all of that. Keep doing it. It's going to help you a lot to scale. Then start using them as post IDs and so on. If you don't have that, what are you going to do? If you have one or two creatives, if you have two creatives that are your best working creatives, because a lot of times we tend to talk about Facebook ads and we forget that there are people that are struggling with $100, $200, $300 per day of having sales. But even on big accounts, I can tell you that sometimes there are creatives that they are the best seller creatives and the people are struggling to find new creatives. Your goal over there is to try to get as many sales as you can with this creative that you have seen that is working. The same thing goes for the post ID, because if you have a post ID that you have built it with a lot of comments, a lot of engagement and all of that, after some point you need to keep scaling it and you need to keep engaging with this post ID because you know that it's working. So the solution to that, for me, it was the crazy method. Either you're going to do it with broad targeting or you're going to do it with stacked lookalikes, like the way that I do it. Basically, the concept is here, for example, you can see that instead of having just one ad set, which was going to reach, for example, our best ad set here, 250, 400K. Perfect. Here we are reaching also other people and we're creating in the same audience exactly, because we have 10 times the same ad set. We're creating different hot pockets, and this is helping us a lot to scale in a situation that we were going to just have only one ad set working. But here you are having in the same campaign all of these different ad sets working in the same audience, because the audience is big. You are hitting frequencies over here 1.5, 1.3 instead of hitting, if you're spending a lot of money just in one ad set. A third thing, you are going through the process of CPO optimization with my crazy method, which I saw in the crazy method video, and you have better chances because you might get lucky with one ad set that is going to optimize and you can close all the others. You might be lucky and all of them are going to work, which means that this specific creative and this specific targeting, they have so much more to give you. And the point after that is, how am I going to be able to spend more money to it as fast as I can, instead of just having just one ad set that I'm just going to increase the budget all the time. It's safer. It gives you more option to different hot pockets. You can even scale like this more and more with the crazy method, and it helps you to reach all of this big audience much faster instead of using just one ad set. As you can see over here in this ad account, of course the maximum is not that. It should be much more than that. We spent 3.3 million in just this ad account. This month we are doing pretty well. 137K. Why is it not showing? Because I need to gather it. Okay, 137K. Break-even ROAS on this account too, scaling pretty well. You can see that we have some very good successful. This one, and this one. These are crazy method stacked lookalikes. Over here it says stacked lookalikes LA. You can see it. I'm not going to hide it because it's not information about the client. But here again, you can see stacked lookalikes. This is with post IDs. This one is with dynamic creatives. and this one is with dynamic creatives. So you can use so many different things. You have something that has worked in the past, which is my stacked lookalikes over here, crazy method, different creatives, better penetration of the market, faster, and you are scaling more like this, more aggressively, instead of just having one ad set and worry about the overlapping of audiences. Where's the overlap of the audiences, guys, here? Where's the overlap? Because over here, from what I can see that all of these ad sets, they are profitable, super profitable for me, and they're spending, and like I'm keep increasing the budget of the campaign. Where's the overlap then? Where is it hurting you? Nowhere. It reminds me of some people talking to me and they say that, okay, I want to start my own e-commerce business, but I'm afraid of what am I going to do on the taxation. Get your first sales first and then worry about the taxation. The same thing is happening here. People are just concentrated in an idea that this is going to hurt my audience, it's going to be an overlap of the audience or whatever that may be, and they are just losing the point, which is that you need to keep scaling and you need to find a way. If something is working and Facebook is giving you the idea that this is working in this certain period, you have to exploit it as much as you can, as fast as you can, because you don't know if in the next month you're going to have the chance of doing the same thing. That's what I want to say. I want to create this video because a lot of times people ask me about audience overlap and everything, and here I showed you with proof that this is not the case. And the only thing that you should watch is the return on ad spend or the cost per purchase after some point, and not theories or whatever. So this is why I'm showing ad accounts. These are facts. You cannot just go and say that they're not working. All of this is happening in terms of giving you knowledge and using it. I'm not having the crazy method inside my course only. I have it also in several of my YouTube videos. Don't buy my course, just try it and see if it's going to work for yourself. Maybe it's not going to, but maybe it is. Just don't limit yourself with speculations about overlap and all of this kind of stuff. Just try things, okay? And be open to it, and don't believe so much Facebook representatives or people that they are having videos on YouTube and they show you things that they look possible or things that they look okay or logical, under a veil of logical thinking without showing you ad accounts. That being said, if you want to learn more about Facebook ads, you can check my book, my free course, and my website. And until we meet again, guys, be creative and be consistent.